morning.
Good morning.
What is today anyway? The first day of the year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I hope everybody figured out how to get some sleep and all that good stuff. So what's going on today?
Today we are discussing, it's kind of my tradition, I guess. I started it probably 10, 15 years ago, and I started it because my friends had been doing it, and I always had been kind of like leery about it, but it's a word for the year, and they always chose a word for the year, and finally I jumped on the bandwagon, and it's been life-changing, actually. So every year, usually the weeks leading up to sometime the day of, the word kind of comes to me, and that's my mantra for the year.
Yeah, how's that? Why do you think that's better than a New Year's resolution?
It's more of an affirmation, I guess, for me. Maybe a little change in outlook. One year it was courage. Last year it was begin. And this year it is acceptance. And, I guess when I'm having, even like the last few days since it came to me a few days early, when I've been having moments that I've been feeling uneasy about things or anxiety, that word comes to me, acceptance, and I just feel it all wash away. It's kind of magical. Good morning, John.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, so I agree, and I think it's progress over perfection, right? Mm-hmm. And somehow a resolution is something that most people fail at, and that doesn't really help you in your life journey. But having a mantra that you can work at is a different thing. So I really like the idea, and I was very resistant to it. So I guess my journey was similar to yours.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of silly. I love my friends, but I thought it was silly. Like, why do you do a word for the year? And then it's not silly. It's their affirmation. It was their mantra, and I did it 1 year, and I absolutely loved it. Like, just
green tea with mango.
Black coffee.
Black coffee, the vile swill. Only because I don't like the taste. There's nothing wrong with coffee. So I've followed that same journey. I thought, well, how dumb is that? But over the last couple of years, I've embraced it. And this year, I chose. I'm a whack job. I never do anything easy. So I chose this ancient Greek word, which I'm going to butcher right now, spelled E-I-R-E-N-E, and presumably pronounced Harini, and it means the personification of peace and harmony. So when I'm in a bind and I'm in a pickle and I can't figure out which way's up, Harini.
It sounds like you're saying you're weenie.
You weenie. Yeah. Well, I'll say it to myself. Sorry about this. I'll say it to myself.
Happy New Year, Carol.
And try to bring peace upon myself, because I'm very good at sometimes not having peace upon myself.
Well, yeah. I think that's all of us, a bit of all of us.
Yeah. All right, so what's on your agenda for today?
That was it. Just talking about our word.
No, I
challenge
the rest of the day, but
the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I wanted to talk about the word, and I want to encourage everyone to kind of choose a word for the year. Choose a mantra. And I'd love to hear about it. We'd love to hear about it. So put it in the comments of the video.
Or even, next video.
I love hearing what everyone's words are. And then maybe at the end of the year we can discuss how it changed our outlook.
Yeah. I might just choose to say the personification of peace and harmony. Because I'm going to learn more about how to pronounce this word so I can say it fluidly with confidence instead of feeling a dork.
Mm-hmm. Flourish. I love it, Sean. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Flourish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yours was accept last year, right?
It's
No.
acceptance this year.
Acceptance. What, but it was what last year?
Begin.
Begin. Oh yeah, begin. So begin. And yesterday, because things were going sideways, she thought, I should have chosen finish.
I did say that. I said I should have chosen finish for this year. Last year was begin. This year was finish.
Yeah.
But no, acceptance. Accept where I'm at in the journey, right?
Yep. Yep. And I think that's, whether it's bring peace upon yourself or flourish or renew, or, I mean, there's 1,000,002 words, right? That would be beautiful words.
Awaken was one of my favorite words.
Awaken, I remember that was a couple years ago. Yeah. And that was beautiful because every time you're pushed against a hard spot,
Oh,
peace, Carol,
peace.
very good.
Love it. I had that one probably 5 years ago.
And last year mine was balance.
Balance.
Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. So yeah, that's what we're talking about. And it's just such
I love everyone does words.
yeah, it's such a beautiful thing because when you're pushed up against a hard spot, you can reflect on that word and what it means to you, because
Yeah.
these are big words that have lots of definitions. I mean, if you look up balance, boy, there's a lot of numbers underneath the definition, ranging from physical balance to all kinds of things, right? So it's a beautiful thing, and it can really change your perspective in a very short period of time and help just bring you back to, this isn't a problem, this is an opportunity.
Yeah, and Tim and Jody, persevere. Yeah,
Persevere.
that's a great one too.
Yeah. Yep. That was my word actually a couple years ago, and because I don't know why, but I do know why I was really struggling. I used to think of myself as just having the ability to sit and persevere, to endure, and
I like persevere better.
Yeah.
Than endure.
yeah. Well, endure is maybe the darker side of persevere, right? And I love that word. I think it's really important because, I don't know where I picked this up or if I just made this up, but you can't be knocked to your knees too many times in life before you just can't get up. And so the question becomes, how do you become resilient enough to not actually be knocked to your knees? And it's words like balance and persevere and, peace and all of these words that we've been talking about that can help bring us back to our core and realize that bad things happen, and sometimes bad things happen to good people, and you just move forward. Like, during the big financial crash a few years ago, many people I know, they went completely bankrupt, and they felt like abject failures, right? And some of them were suicidal. But I mean, when tide is going down, all ships are going down. It doesn't matter how good you are or bad you are at it. Sometimes bad things happen, and it's not because you're a personal failure. It's because you were optimistic when maybe you shouldn't have been.
Yeah, there's a saying that I always reflect on when I'm in kind of a dark place. When you feel that you've been buried, you've been planted, grow. And, those dark...
Friend, good morning, friend.
Those dark periods are times for us to, kind of like winter, maybe reflect inward. And there's a lesson, I think, in the wound sometimes. And that's a hard thing to say because, not everything happens for a reason, but you can make everything, I think,
but everything
have a
has
positive flip side.
Everything
maybe
has
I'm
the
trying to say.
meaning you give it. So the most horrific thing in your life can happen. And, I spent a year, as an example, almost unable to survive because of really bad things that happened in my life. And then after a year, I was able to slowly give it a different meaning. And now somehow I'm able to be planted, and instead of being in a grave,
grow.
I was growing. Yeah, I just didn't recognize the difference.
When you're in a dark spot, it's dark. You can't see. So,
Yolanda, good
yeah,
morning.
good morning.
It's good to see all you
Thanks,
guys.
Carol.
Yeah. Fran, how much snow do you guys have? I just hurt my back yesterday, and I'm not going on a ski trip. She's leaving on in like an hour. So I'm very upset. So I'm searching for the personification of inner peace and harmony.
And I'm dealing with acceptance of driving 6 hours driving myself 6 hours.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going by myself, but a bunch of family going. So, but that I'm meeting up there. But it's hard when he can't come with, and he's actually had a really hard couple of weeks.
Yeah, I really have.
One thing after the other, and he was just getting over a really nasty bug, and we were thinking, okay, maybe by Wednesday you'll be ready to go. Because even yesterday he still wasn't feeling very well, but then he put his back out. So then it was like, okay, that's like the icing on the cake here.
Fran, it's awful there. I'm going to interpret that to mean you have a lot of snow, and I would be so excited to be there. Is that what you mean? Yeah. So, all right. Well, a new word for the year. I encourage you all, and most of you are already all over it. That's so awesome. But I hope to hear more. No snow? Oh, no. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear it's awful there then.
She's also not right in Tahoe anymore, so it
That's
may
true.
be a
Yeah,
difference.
down the hill a little bit. But anyway, it's awesome that you guys are into words. I'm very excited to hear as we move through the year how you've used these words to guide your life adventures. And so let's keep on this theme for the rest of the year. Maybe not as the only theme, but as a piece of the theme. And let's talk about this.
Yeah.
And we have and let us know. We have plans to do like some Facebook Lives or something where, not Facebook Lives, that's what this is. Like some Zoom meetings, and so we can actually converse rather than just have these little one-word no's from Fran. I'll have to talk to you later. Anyway, so let us know if doing something like that would be interesting to you guys. And I think, do you have any other exciting tidbits?
Nope,
All right.
I don't actually.
So,
Just packing up and getting ready to go.
Arena.
Acceptance.
Arena. I'm terrible with pronunciation of my
Arini.
own name, let alone
Arini.
Arini. N-E-E, yeah, Arini.
Arini.
Arini. So the personification of peace and
Arini.
harmony.
I like
That's
it.
my word. And I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful new year. And
Happy New Year.
we'll see you when?
Next week.
Which day?
Next week, though, on our usual Friday.
On a usual Friday.
I think we're going to keep Fridays, but yeah. Right, Sean? That would be great. Thanks for the feedback, Sean.
Yep. We love Zoom.
Great.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, we'll set that up.
We'll set that up, and we have just a normal Zoom thing, so it's not like we can do 100 people, but if we had like, I don't know how many we can do, but I think we can do enough.
Yeah,
And you know what? If we have
can.
that problem,
We can actually.
we can get more room.
we can do quite a few.
Yeah, okay. All right. So we'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for coming on. I deeply appreciate you people. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.